I was riding around the northwest side of the island today, around the Kamala area, and I just happened across this, the site of Phuket Fantasea, and brings back happy memories. I've been in here a few times in those, well, a long time pre-COVID. And this was taken my last trip, 2004. And obviously it closed in the COVID era, and it hasn't reopened. But it's all still here. You can walk around. Of course, it looks completely different in the daytime because it's a nighttime venue, really, and it didn't look like this. I mean, it looks as though it's just been kind of left, doesn't it? I mean, the main stuff is over there in the back. It's a huge site because not only have they got the fantastic show, they had all the nighttime attractions, all the animals, petting zoo, all sorts of stuff, and it's a great place to go. Oh yeah, and I was forgetting the most important thing. They had a wonderful buffet, and I do love buffets. Just buried in here is a lake. Looks like they got the phony boat on it and whatever. It's all, in fact, I was expecting it to be horrendously run down after being closed for at least 2 years, but it's actually in slightly better condition than I expected. Difficult to piece back your memories to what you see now after all these years, but here is the ticket office here, and I remember coming around here now, and the entrance to the Magic Kingdom, if you like, is through here. I remember going up this ramp and through the turnstiles there, and I've got quite a few photos that were taken at the time, and I've certainly got a few photos that were taken of this. Again from the archives, 2004. And I'll see if I can find them in my library and cut them in. Of course, it all looks just so different. So different in the bright sunshine and in the kind of desertion. The last time I was here, it was 2004, I think, and COVID was a long time in the future. Well, they've got a crew in here cleaning it. I don't know if this is care and maintenance or whether they're thinking of opening it again, but just seen a notice there. It was closed on the 1st of April 2020, so not far short of 2 years it's been closed now. And well, it does need some work, doesn't it? Oh, look at the ATM still alive. I was here with people I'll probably never see again, you know. Jim Radovian, Elena, Peter Hargreaves, So hopefully I will see Peter again at some point. But yep, faces and names from the past. Carnival Magic, it says here. It's all fenced off. See, the main attraction is all behind there. It's where the big theatre is, and all the shops and stuff. So I mean, if I was a bit braver I'd walk up there, but I think I'd be pushing my luck doing that. Here, at least here I can just say I blundered into the place. So yeah. Amazing. Under construction, do not enter. Well, I'm afraid they never finished it. Maybe they will one day. See, these are all the buses that ferried the people from all the different hotels to the site, and it was all part of your ticket. They pick you up at the hotel, bring you here, and then take you back after the show. And all these buses look a bit the worse for wear, don't they? Mega job buffing those bastards up again, getting them all running, getting all the tyres replaced, the hoses changed, and this and that. Mind you, this is Thailand, maybe they won't bother, but they can't have them looking scruffy like that. And the paint's peeling off of them and whatever, you know. So yeah, lots of work to do. And I have to wonder, what about the inside of the theatre? What about the inside of the big buffet restaurant and all the other small and large facilities? How much work will that require? Knowing from my professional days how much work is involved in getting a theatre running in the first place, I've got a pretty shrewd idea of what it's going to take to reactivate it again after a 2-year break. But there's another problem as well, of course, because in that intervening 2 years, all the technicians have gone, all the artists have gone. A lot of them came from abroad. I mean, all the acrobatic stuff was done by Chinese. All the animals are long gone to various parks and zoos and God knows what else. Take a Herculean effort to set it all up again, recast the show, and rehearse. And you can't just switch it on, you know. It's not like a fun fair. You can't just come in and switch it on and away it goes. It's a Herculean effort to get that going again. What am I doing? I'm panning around and you're actually looking at me. So anyway, this is it, Phuket Fantasy. I'll muse further when I get back home and put together a little video adding some of the old photos I had and a few more of my old memories while they're still in my head. Cheerio. Well, the heart of Phuket Fantasy was obviously the show, and it was a huge one and very well put together and beautifully designed, and with a cast of, I won't say thousands, but a cast of hundreds. It was absolutely huge. But the outside attractions, all the animals that were walking around outside, and this, and the shops and all that kind of stuff was just incredible, with a beautiful night setting too. And this is what it looked like in the daylight. Not quite so beautiful, but you can't deny it's incredibly impressive. I'd love to have been able to get in there to check out this part of the park. But then we come to some people's favourite bit, the eating. The buffet was superb. As you can see here, the interior of the dining hall was amazing, and the food just came from all four corners of the world. I do love buffets. They really press my buttons. And here is Noy, myself and Peter standing outside the food hall. Well, there are loads of tourists on the island again now, so don't you think they ought to be reanimating this show? Well, maybe stuff is going on behind the scenes, but I really don't know. But in the short term, speaking personally, I think you've got more chance of seeing them reanimating Siegfried and Roy's show in Las Vegas. In their day, Siegfried and Roy were known as the kings of Las Vegas, and they certainly were, living a fabulous lifestyle in that town. Everything about them seemed superhuman, larger than life. They had that Liberace look that only Las Vegas seems to be able to bestow on people, and they certainly looked fabulous. Until one day in 2003 it all went wrong spectacularly when Roy Horn was performing with Montecore, one of his tigers, and something went wrong with the act. No one to this day really knows, and the tiger ended up attacking him. He was horrifically injured and he was lucky to escape with his life, but he never worked again, and from that moment the glitz just fell away with the glamour, as you can see here. I was obviously being facetious when I mentioned starting up their show again. In 2014, Manticore, the tiger, died, probably of an age-related issue, therefore most of their other animals would be gone now. In 2020, Roy Horn passed away from COVID in Las Vegas. In January 2021, Siegfried announced that he had terminal pancreatic cancer, and he died in Las Vegas 2 days later, and so ended the story of Siegfried and Roy.